Hi everyone, there's Pie May Dog, and this video is all about Pie May. But first, before there was Pie May, there was Nesta Boy. That's my little Nesta Munchkin. Oh, my hand's shaking, sorry. My little Nesta Boy. Oh, he was such a good boy. Such a good boy, Nesta. So Nesta came to me from a couple that was moving to Costa Rica and had a new baby. To bring Nesta to Costa Rica, they would have had to put him in quarantine for 8 months. Ridiculous. Hello. And also, he wasn't good with the baby they just had, and I guess the baby grabbed him and he nipped the baby like right near his eye, and the owners threw him against a wall. Not good. From that point on, Nesta was totally afraid of kids every time we get anywhere near kids. So he was up for adoption, and I was like waiting my whole life to get a dog, and I was like, what better time than the present? I'm an artist, I work at home, I live on the beach. Duh. So I saw this little picture of this cute dog, and I ended up getting him. Nesta taught me everything there is to know about a dog. I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't know how often to take him out. I didn't know to brush him. I didn't know anything about dog behavior. He was the best boy dog ever. He was beautiful. He started to get a swelling on his throat, and in the course of several vet visits and blood tests, and they wanted to do like a $600 sonogram to get a view. We did x-rays, and there were like 2 lines in his throat. I believe those were chicken bones, if I may say, and that was causing an infection. But before we could get everything figured out, he got really sick. This was all in about a 2-week or 3-week time period. He'd lost weight. And he was going to die. And I brought him in, and we put him to sleep, and that was it. And Nesta was gone. You know, he was my best dog. And I had him for 3 years. I got him when he was 8 years old. That took a long time. So about a year later, I had been envisioning a wolf. I want a dog that's like a wolf. I want a dog that's like a wolf. I'm going to get another dog. And I knew the right dog would come to me at the right time. So I was in the market one day, and I saw this flyer across a crowded room. You know, when you see, you know, a lover across a crowded room, you're just like, da-na-na. I saw this flyer across a crowded room. Please adopt me. There's her picture. She's all skinny, you can see, and worried looking. Hi, Pie. My name is Ponyo, and I am a 1-year-old female chow mix. I have an amazing story about being a stray, and I'm desperate for a home. Stay, Pie May. I would be best for someone who knows the chow chow breed, but I am good with older or calmer dogs. I love people and kids, and I would do amazing in a fenced-in yard. Pie May, stay. Please call my foster mom to learn more about me. I can't wait to meet you. Nicole. And so I ripped the flyer off of the wall. No one was going to get this dog but me, and I called that day. Now, Pie May, don't eat those. Hey, Pie May, sit down. Sit. Sit and relax. Pie May, lay down. Pie May, lay down. Right there. Good girl. So I called that day, and I'm always like procrastinating everything, but I didn't. But first I brought the flyer over to my ex-boyfriend, because over time I had realized pretty much whatever he said, if I did the opposite, that would be the correct thing. At that point I didn't have my own compass, but it's kind of a funny little thing, but it's true. So I brought the flyer over. I was like, look at this dog. I'm going to get this dog right here. And he's like, you can't get a dog. You can't afford a dog. What are you going to do? So I was like, thanks. See ya. I'm getting the dog. I called, she brought the dog over, and we started talking. Now, when I first saw Pie May, she was really, really skinny. The foster mom had, and I'll tell you how she got, she's a rescue dog. She's a beautiful mutt. This is a rescue dog right here. And in fact, I have a little video called My Beautiful Rescue Dog Pie May. It's older, one of my first videos, and there's another really horrible video about her. So you might want to check back with those. But let's see. So after she was rescued, which I'll tell you about, she had been fostered by this woman, Nicole, for a month. And so when she brought her over the first time, she was still skin and bones. So she must have been really awful when she was rescued. She still had teats from babies. And that was about it. I was like looking at her. I was like, I'll take her. I want her. I want her to be mine. And I showed them our place and how I could care for the dog. And so the way Pai Mei was rescued was, there's a local no-kill shelter in Charleston, South Carolina called Pet Helpers. And there is a street in that area down the way from there called Sola Gris, where everybody dumps their dogs that they don't want. And they breed out there, and they make more and more dogs until animal control comes. And when animal control comes, they call Pet Helpers to save any dogs they want to before animal control gets them, because they'll pretty much be put down. So animal control came out and got about 20 puppies out there and, you know, put them down. And I guess other adult dogs. But Pai Mei was one of the dogs that was out there on Sola Gris Road. She didn't get taken by the dog people that day, and she didn't get taken by Pet Helpers. Apparently some lady was driving out there, and she saw the puppies. Pai Mei had 5 little orange cutie pie baby puppies that looked just like that. So cute. I never met the puppies in person, but I saw one in a picture in the local paper. They were doing a story about the vet and Pet Helpers. Anyway, she had 5 puppies out there in the wild. I don't know how she did it, but these puppies came up and like approached this woman's car, and the woman got the puppies in the car and then coaxed Pai Mei into the car too and brought them straight over to Pet Helpers. Now this is the story that Nicole, the adoptive mother, the foster mother, told me. Now, so the lady goes into Pet Helpers. She's like, I've got these dogs I just picked up down on Sola Gris Road. And the manager came out and said, we'll take the pups, but put the mama dog back out. And the lady was like, what? And Nicole was there, who was volunteering at Pet Helpers at the time. And she was like, what? And she's like, no, you have to take the mom too. And they're like, we're not taking any adult dogs right now. We don't have room. They're too hard to adopt out. Put her back out. Put her back out. That's the whole problem. I guess because she was a chow mix too, they have such a bad rep, you know. I'm sorry, honey. We'll finish the video soon. I don't want you to be hot and insecty. But so they took in the 5 pups, and that gal, Nicole, who was volunteering that day, said, no, we're not putting her back out. I'll take her and take care of her. And from that day forward, Nicole told me she stopped volunteering at Pet Helpers, and she started helping rescue dogs herself and foster dogs at her own home. So kind of an awesome story. Pai Mei came with a UTI, a urinary tract infection. There's, you know, evidenced by blood coming out. Here, I'll let you roam just a little bit, okay? So there you go. Then I want you to come back in 5.2 minutes, okay? Okay. You stay right here in this lawn. Roam around and be cute. So she had a UTI, and she also was heartworm positive. We got rid of the heartworms, thank God. Amazing, because that's really difficult to do. Most dogs out in the wild have heartworm. But the UTI, one of the reasons I moved into my first van was to get enough money together to take care of my baby. So finally I brought her into a vet, and they said she's swimming with bacteria, we'll try an antibiotic. So we tried the first antibiotic, and she was good for a while, and then it didn't work. I came back, we tried another antibiotic, and she was good for a while, but it didn't work. I don't know if I did it right or wrong, I feel really guilty about it, but I spent like $300 or more doing that, and because living in the van I could save money. And it didn't solve the problem, and she still has a UTI to this day. There are no indications that she's in any way in pain or sick, but the ultimate thing they would do, a vet would do, would be a surgery to deal with infected kidneys or something like that. So she could ultimately get sick and have kidney failure. I don't know how I'm ever going to come up with the money for that. I don't even go to the doctor, so sometimes I wonder if she shouldn't go to a family that has money, but the family with money might not have the love that I have, and at this point I'm not giving up my dog. So hopefully we'll find a way. I have been giving her cranberry powder over the years off and on to try and help, but periodically I have evidence that she still got the UTI. So God help us with that. I love my dog. But that's what she came with. So, and a lot of rescue dogs have, Pi-May, stay, have compromised immunity from being out in the wild like that. Let's look at her for a minute. There she goes. Pi-May, Pi-May, stay nearby. Stay nearby. She always loves to sit right in the middle of a path or in front of a door. So I got her when she was about, the flyer says a year, but I thought she was about 1.5 years. And I've had her for about 4 years since then, 4.5 years. So she's about 5.5. The first time I left her in the house by herself, I pulled down all the shades like I would at night, not realizing that she doesn't do well in enclosed spaces. I left for 2 hours. I'd been with her for 2 days straight. I left for 2 hours. I came back. Sorry to have to relate this story, Pi-May. And the place was destroyed. I mean, the blinds were like mangled. The bag of dog food was spread all over the house. Upstairs on my sewing table, she'd climbed up on the sewing table and ripped up several baskets of, like, you know, I do patchwork, so I save the end pieces and try and create other things with the extra fabric. And it was just all mangled. There were parts of baskets all over the place. Pi-May, sorry. And, no. Come on, it's okay. It's okay. And, she just destroyed that place, and I was so mad. I was like, you go outside, dog. You go outside. I had anger issues at the time. I still do, but I'm working on them. And, come here, Pi-May. Come on the lawn here. And, she just destroyed the place, and I put her out. And, like, about 20 minutes later, I went outside, Pi-May. Her name was Ponyo at the time. And I'll tell you about the name change. So I went out and called her, and she was waiting outside, and she came back all, like, sorry and everything. And that was our first, like, thing. So her name is Ponyo, and I wanted to name her my own name. Ponyo is like this rescue fish cartoon thing, and I just didn't like it. But I figured Pi-May was pretty close. That Pi-May is from Kill Bill Part 2, a Quentin Tarantino movie, and it's the name of the Chinese master with the white beard that teaches everybody the Kung Fu. And it's also an old Chinese name. This is a Chow Chow mixed dog. A Chow Chow is one of the oldest breeds of dog in the world. The Chow Chow looks very much like Pi-May, but with more of a squished nose, more bulky, and probably bigger oval eyes, and the ears would be a little bit shorter. Now, Pi-May, I believe, is mixed with Golden Retriever, though her paperwork says Pit Bull. Try getting an apartment with a Chow Pit Bull mix. Just try it. You might end up living in a van. Not your fault, Pi-May. So, she is, I would say, about 85% Chow. Many of the Chow features include, obviously, Chows come in black, blonde, or red. And she's got a lot of that red. The Chow has a black tongue. Pi-May has a full-on black tongue. Pi-May, yawn. And you can see she's missing her front teeth in the front. When she came to me, she had one little one left, but since then it was gone. She was probably trying to eat some out of a can somewhere or something. She also has the black eyeliner around her eyes. And underneath the orange fur is some black fur. So if I were to shave her, she would be black to about there and then orange. And obviously she has the black on her ears there. See? Too bad the lighting's not so great. Maybe I can adjust it. The other thing that Pi-May dog has, Pi-May, is a Hitler mustache or a Charlie Chaplin mustache. It's right here, and certain times it looks really distinctively like a Hitler, you know, just that little mustache. It's hilarious. She also has some scars right here on her nose from whatever, being a rescue dog. Now, the Chow Chow has what is called, they have different legs than any other type of dog. Come here, Pi-May. Let me video you walking. Go that way. Go on. I don't know if you can tell. Pi-May, come on, come on, come on. They have what's called a stilted walk. And the reason is, hold on, because the leg is on a chow. Time and wait. It's completely straight. Hers is a little bit curved. Most dogs will have the thing go out there and then it goes this way. But chows are completely straight. And good girl. Hers is a little curved. And it causes them to have like a stilted walk, you know, where the legs don't bend. So she has a lot of chow features and chow temperament. These are very smart dogs. They go so far back in history. They found ancient sculptures of the chow chow dog that are 10,000 years old. And we can trace it back to Chinese culture, but it goes probably further back up into the Mongolian area and up into the Arctic. Some people even claim they're part bear. So, who knows? But word chow chow has different meanings. After the Chinese, the English were really into breeding them, and they started transporting them to England. And the cargo in a ship is called chow, so it may be that they got their name from that, chow chow. The other meaning of the word means delicious in one variation of the Chinese language, which there are many, because they used to eat them. So apparently they're good eating as well. I mean, if I get really hungry in the van, you know. No, I'm just kidding. So it means delicious. So, Pai Mei, you're delicious. So delicious, you little snaggle bear. All right, stay there. Or come in the shade if you like. So that's the Chow Chow breed. And the Chow Chows in China were bred to guard the emperor. And they were also used in war when soldiers would meet on the battlefield. The Chows would go first and attack the soldiers before even the Chinese soldiers were there. So, yeah, I mean, they can be pretty vicious, you know. So, find a spot, babies. She also has a double coat. It's ridiculously furry. Like, okay. Underneath the coat, it's hard to see. She's got really a furry coat. And look at the back of her tail. It's got black on it, too. So, they have a double coat, and I just got to keep her brushed. And that's one reason we moved into the van and moved to Asheville, because I could not find anywhere to live, nor did I want to live in Charleston. That's really difficult to find a place. And being the middle of July, it was too hot for us to stay there, too hot for us to stay there in the van, too hot for us to have a van with no AC and even drive around to go meet with people about a place. So that's another reason we moved into the van. My beautiful little girl, Pai Mei, come. She gets walked every day and pretty much brushed every day. No, you can't lay there, honey. No. Come. Pai Mei, come. You'll often see me yell at her because she doesn't listen the first time usually. That's okay. Good girl. So I have to yell at her. I don't think she's going deaf, but that's part of the Chow breed. They're just very independent. You need a strong lead dog, like myself, to have a Chow dog like this, particularly a full-bred Chow. But, so I walk her and brush her every day. She's good with people and kids, but she can be growly with other dogs. Once they hang out, they're all buddies. You know, where I lived the last time, we had 9 different dogs in the same yard, and they were all good. But she does do this funny thing. She's not good with dogs that are out of control. You know, you see the owner with the dog pulling them, and the big, hyper, goofy dogs, and the puppies. She's not good with those. And she does this thing where she pins them down and schools them. She literally, like, I was there with my dog one time, and this guy was like, oh, dog. And he opens up his gate and lets his dog run out towards Pai Mei. Pai Mei pinned the dog down, like, all fours. I was like, oh. She doesn't bite them, but she goes, you know. And so, like, walking through downtown, I have a story to tell you about that, too. We have issues sometimes because I have to tell people, please don't approach my dog, people with other dogs. So, actually, the other day, I'll just tell you this story now. We were downtown, and we were standing there talking with this dude who also, another amazing story I need to tell you. And this woman walks by with her dog, And Pai Mei starts growling, and I'm like, no, Pai Mei. And the lady stops and lets her dog come a little bit closer. And I was like, excuse me, ma'am, please don't let your dog come by my dog. And she's like all muffled, and she walks off, and I said, all you had to do was walk away. And she yelled something at me. About 10, 15 minutes later, she comes walking by the same spot with her dog, like tempting us. And her dog, by the way, was calm and mellow. There's no reason Pai Mei should have growled at that dog. Hey, Pai Mei, come. Pai Mei. Pai Mei, come. Now. Come. Come here. Come over here. Okay. I hate letting her go when she doesn't do the exact right thing, but I am trying to do a video. She's getting flies. Okay, I'll just follow her around. So, yeah, this lady, like, walked by again, and I was like, Pai Mei. And Pai Mei stayed totally relaxed. If I catch Pai Mei in the beginning and say, it's okay, she's okay. If she gets into the growly mode, it really doesn't matter what I say. She's in growly mode, and I just have to hold her back. This lady tempted us, walked by real slow with her dog. Pai Mei stayed relaxed, no problem. She gets past us, and I didn't say anything. She turns around, and she goes, you should take those things out of your hair. I was like, really? I think I'm like the one messed up, and that I'm the one that's unusual, and all the people that have normal clothes and pretty faces and regular jobs, I think that they have it together for some reason. They look like they have it together. That woman did not have it together. That was totally mean of her to do. She was like totally egging us on. So that was the story the other day. Pai Mei is growly at other dogs a lot of the time. So, but she's a very sweet soul, and she's a very good girl. Let's see. She's really mellow. Like if we're walking along, we start talking with someone, she won't be pulling me to go. She'll basically be like, oh, okay, and she'll just lay down right next to me. If we're hanging out somewhere, she'll lay down here and wait for me right here at the library. She's very mellow and stoic. She's not going to play with a ball or a stick. That's just beneath her. You know what I mean? But she does have this really cute, playful attitude as well. Like one of the things we used to do in the old apartment on Folly Beach was I had moved my bed downstairs so the whole top room could be a craft room. But her bed was up there because that's where she preferred to be. So in the morning I'd get up and I'd go, ooh, where's my puppy face? Where's my growly girl? And I would get on the bottom of the stairs, which curved around, and I'd peek around the corner, and she would be sitting at the top with her cute paws there, waiting for him, and then she'd go, She makes all these cute little squeaky cooing noises, which if I can get on camera, I will. And she would run down the stairs towards me, and that was our morning wake-up. The other thing she does is when we're walking, when she goes poo, or sometimes pee, you know, I'll wait for her, and now I egg her on a little bit. She does the pee, and then she jumps, and then runs a little bit. She does this cute little hop. It's so adorable, and then runs a little bit. So cute. And she can run pretty far. Like, I used to bring her to the beach, and she has to be on a leash at the beach, so, you know, I'd stretch my ankles first, and I'd run with her, and then she'd stop. Like, the chows don't have a lot of endurance, but she does have a lot of power, so that's just some of the cute little things she does. The other thing she does is if she's been laying out in the yard for a while and she'll get all stretched out, and she'll do the dog sculpture thing where she like sticks up her leg. I have a video about that, and she's just like, it's so adorable. So when it's time to go, I'll be like, Pai Mei, it's time to go. And when it's time to go and she doesn't want to go and she's all relaxed out, she'll start doing this snaggle bear thing. And she does this thing with her nose, and she keeps getting her nose, and I'm like, what's up with your nose? What's up with your nose? Look what she's doing right now. Oh, I woke her up. She does this thing called relax-a-bear. I call it relax-a-bear. And her eyes will just close to like a slit. And she's just so calm and relaxed. It's so wonderful. But yeah, she does that other thing I call snaggle bear. Are you ready, snaggle bear? You know, it's so cute. Let's see. She also licks and kisses are very rare. She's not one to go up. I mean, what she does is she goes up to strangers. She's like, She makes all these cute noises and stretches and and gets the pets, but she doesn't give kisses or licks. She's not like a big licky dog, and she doesn't jump on anyone. There's Relax-A-Bear. Oh, someone just woke her up again. So she's just adorable. Also, the first time I heard her bark wasn't until 4 months after I got her. I heard this low, like, whoa, whoa. I was like, what is that noise? It's my dog barking. Chows don't bark very much at all. And she's a chow mix, so she doesn't bark very much at all either. She will howl with the sirens, and we both howl together, ow, when the sirens come through. But she doesn't bark. Very rarely. So, one of the things that I've been mentioning in my videos that's been so difficult is when we go downtown, literally every fifth person, I mean, she's turning heads, like people will walk into polls and stuff looking at this dog. And she gets so much attention that every fifth person not only has to say hello and pet her, but ask what her name is, how old she is, where I got her, what's her breed, you know, just everything. And literally my voice got hoarse answering the same questions over and over again, and I got a little frustrated. So there's a video online, I'm rude to a tourist. I was trying to do this video of Paime and the pig. This pig, she's like freaked out about what it is. She can't smell it. She doesn't know what it is. It's not moving, but it looks like an animal. And the first time we saw the pig, you know, she went up to it. She was like doing all this like sniffing and trying to figure it out, and it was hilarious. So when we were by that pig again the other day, I was trying to get a video of her, and you can see in the video how scared she is. And we finally got her up towards the pig, and this lady's like, "Oh, how cute!" And I was like, "Thank you." And what kind of breed is she? She's a chow mix or whatever. I think I answered 1 or 2 questions, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'm making a video of her because she's like." Trying to figure the pig out, you know? And I thought that was clear enough. I had also said I was making a video a few minutes earlier, but as I'm trying to get Paime's attention to come towards the pig, the lady's still asking me questions, you know? Like, yeah, we'll just stop the whole video and just, the video will be about you asking the particular questions you want about my dog. And I was like, look, I'm trying to make a video. It's like, parentheses, can't you see that I'm trying to get my dog's attention to make this video? No, she was oblivious. And I don't mean to be rude, but again, I dealt with this over and over and over again to the point where I was just sick of it, you know? But it really informed me as to how unique Paime dog is and how many people are really fascinated by her and want to know her story and what's up with her. So, just relaxing now because it's time to relax. Hold on, me dog. It's like she's standing up sideways. So, I have already put up, Paime, I'll be right back. I'm just going to get my paper. I'll be right back. I'm going to get my paper. Stay. She does this thing where she blinks her eyes, and that means okay. And I go, okay. I have ads up for her to be used in advertising or photo shoots. You know, you see like a Free People magazine, the women's clothing, and there's these dogs in it. And I thought, well, why can't my dog be in one, you know? And perhaps we can make good money from that because I need good money. And also that lets Paime go out into the world more and be noticed in all her beautiful splendor and cuteness and sweetness. The other thing is, like, I realized on this trip, and that's another reason I went into the van with my dog, is I wanted to spend the time with my dog while she's here, while we're here together. And I just realized from this trip what a total sweetheart she is. I mean, myself being a codependent, part of what that is you do this thing called dissociating, where I can't really connect with people, not really. My purpose is to please them in some way, fix them, help them, and it's usually some kind of narcissist that has no emotional capacity. I may stay. And I'm going to, you know, I'm like attracted to like really like cold people that seem to have it all together. They're not all flighty and googly like I am. And that's a codependent trait. So it's very difficult for me to actually connect with people. And the reason I bring that up is because I was doing the same thing with my dog. I'm like really not really connecting with her. And on this trip and through my codependent recovery process, and spending all this time together, I began to really look her in the eye, and we're just knowing each other so much better, connecting better, and I can see what's going on in her head a little bit more, you know? That's another thing is that she picks up on all my emotions. So she's been a really great teacher for me in terms of when I start getting anxious or upset. I mean, she totally feels it, and her face goes, and then when I'm like, it's okay, she reminds me, you know, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. Excuse me. It's okay. It's okay. And then she goes, so it's really sweet. I didn't realize at first she was picking up on everything, and it's really helped me to begin to master my emotions and to remind me that it's not bad, it's not upsetting. Look at my beautiful dog. Look at how wonderful life is, you know? Look at, like, the lilies in the field and how they toil not. Same with Pi May. You know, she should be in the Bible. You know what I'm talking about? So, I wrote down some things here because I wanted to make sure I got some of this stuff. Oh, the other thing she does is whenever it's time to make the bed for going to bed, she's like, and I don't know what that's all about, but she sticks her leg between she sticks her head between my legs as I'm leaning over fixing the sleeping bag or whatever. She put her head between my legs, and she's like all petty, you know? So it's adorable. She gets all excited about it. So she's a great therapy dog. She gives me someone to care for because I never had children, and I don't work with others, so it's not like I'm a teacher or I work with seniors or anybody to care for or work with. So by having a dog, she's a great companion for me. I believe that I'll have dogs for the rest of my life. I would like to have more now, but the van's only so big, obviously. I don't have enough money for more. Also, this dog is the type of dog there's only one of. It's a one-person, one-owner dog. It took her about a year to start to get used to me, really. And now she knows I'm her girl. But it took a while. But, so I think that's about it. Pretty much all I can say is sometimes a dog is as good as any man, which is part of a Panic line, a Panic lyric. So, Pi May rescue dog, a beautiful mutt, about 5.5 years old. We aren't able to go to any festivals together because no dogs are allowed. So I don't go to music festivals, otherwise that'd probably be my whole life. She, you know, living in a van with a dog can be challenging, and also very nice because you have a companion, you have a security guard. But it's difficult to go in anywhere and tie her up for very long outside. So sometimes we do a lot of things at night where I know she's cool in the van or outside. Pi May, I was wondering if you could do something for me. Pi May? Pi May. She's catching insects. Pi May. Pi May. Pi May, come here. Come. Get up for a minute, would you? Okay, no. Come here. Come here. Okay, Pi May, sit. Sit. Don't lay down, just sit. Hold on a second. Pi May, no. Pi May. Hold on. Now, Pi May. Give me the paw. Okay. Pi May, come here. Pi May, come here. Pi May, come. Wait. Sit. No. Not lay. Okay, we're not going to be able to show you that trick. What she does is, I say, Pi May, give me the paw. And she gives me the paw. And then I say, Pi May, give me the other paw. And then she gives me the other paw. Pi May, give me the paw. She only really does what she wants to do. So, she's just as cute as a button, you know. She's just the most adorable little snuggle bear. I just love you. I'm not trying to yell at you, honey. You know how it is. I have to yell at you for you to listen to me, little boo bear. Listen to me, little boo bear. She needs a good brushing. Look, she's just beautiful. So, there we go. Bye, May. This video is all about you, honey, and I love you, and I'm so glad you're my doggie, and you're such a good and beautiful girl. You're such a beautiful and good girl. So, this video was a request from Jenna X. And Jenna was the inspiration for another video called The Good Job Theory. I just was so upset about that always being the solution to any problem was get a good job. You know, go into the system. And even if you don't want to, just sell your soul. My aunt is from the era where she believes that's the case. It's you have to go to college, otherwise it's going to be all messed up. And then you have to get a good job, otherwise it's going to be all messed up. So I was upset when this woman had suggested that to me over and over again, but she was just trying to be nice. And I ended up doing an expanded good job theory and just sort of explained that it wasn't really about Jenna X. It wasn't really about her just saying maybe you could get a job. It was about this good job theory that solves all your problems. And y'all know it doesn't. And if you don't know yet, you will. Or you can solve your own problems and have a good job. It's not the job that's solving the problems. Of course, if you have no money, that you've got problems that you need to solve that have to do with money. And maybe you do need a job. So, anyway, this video request was made by Jenna X, who has supported us now by being a subscriber and a supporter. And I really appreciate you, Jenna X. It's just really nice. You can have like an argument with someone or something like that, and then it all turns out all right because people have an open heart and are willing to move forward. So thank you so much for the video request. I hope this is what you were looking for. I'm so glad I found her adoption poster so I could show you that, and a picture of my old dog Nesta. So here's to a long and healthy life for a primate dog for us both. Y'all have a good day. And I would encourage you, if you want to get a dog, to get a rescue dog. They are so grateful. They're so good. They often come with issues that you have to resolve first, but through that process of resolving issues, you become close with your dog. And there are, let's see, a pair of dogs, I think it's in 2 years, some ridiculous amount of dogs. 2 dogs can breed, and with their offspring breeding, in like 2 years you can get 60 dogs or something. There are millions of dogs in shelters. Millions! And what'd you get? So, sorry about this. We bred dogs. We were around the fire as tribal people, and they came around the fire to get our scraps, to begin to protect us. We began to have a relationship with them. The Sioux Indian people, sometimes they would even eat some of their dogs in really hard times. And the dog meat of the puppies was really good for the old people not having teeth. The Sioux people, you know, before they had horses, they had dogs. When they got the horses, they called them sacred dogs. And within a short period of time, their culture was completely transformed by horses, and they were all horse savvy. Before the horses, they had teepees that were much smaller, and you'll note the teepee has poles, teepee poles. The poles were much shorter, and the dogs would be used with a travois, which is like 2 poles put across the back, and like leather strap between them. And the end of the poles are dragging behind the animal. It's a way of carrying things, and everything, the tent cover and everything made out of buffalo hide. These are buffalo hunting people, primarily. They were slightly agricultural before that, but they went to more nomadism. So it doesn't always go nomad to agriculture and then you're civilized. Sometimes it goes the other direction. But they used to travel around on foot with their dogs, with the travois carrying the little teepees, and the teepees were really small. When they got horses, everything flowered. They could actually follow the buffalo much more easily. They began to be able to get more of them more often, and not worry about food so much, and their culture just began to flourish. The teepees grew in size, the teepee poles grew in size, and the travois behind the horses now grew in size, the sacred dogs. And when you have enough food to eat and you're doing well, you have time for beadwork and exquisite artwork, which is what soon developed more fully among those people, as well as increased warfare, because now people could contact each other more closely. You can travel a lot farther with the horses. I believe they became even more nomadic, and more warfare, more art, and then we came. So, yeah. Where was I going with that? Yeah, dogs. So we have a long history with dogs. We're pretty sure that humans would not have evolved to the level that we have now without dogs. That's how critical they are in our history. And we began to breed them for specific jobs. You know, some of these dogs, I mean, they can just round up sheep. They can find stranded mountain men. They can be warriors, and so on. And then now into the current time period, we have all these dogs that were bred for jobs that we're really not doing anymore. We're all like on computers, you know, and in office buildings. And some people, of course, still have their dogs for those types of jobs. But that's basically how we ended up with so many different kinds of dogs. And it's like one of the most diverse species on the planet. They just come in so many different forms. And now the dogs aren't being used for those purposes. They still have some of those tendencies. And now they're just like pets. And they're all ending up in the shelters. There's millions and millions of them in the shelters. So I would encourage you, if you're going to get a dog, go ahead and get a rescue dog. You can find a beautiful rescue dog like I have. There are many, many. Now here in Asheville, there's Brother Wolf. In Charleston, there's Pet Helpers. And they're just everywhere. I myself would like to have a rescue dog. I'm not sure this is exactly what I want to do. I know when I get further through my codependent recovery, my self-love deficit disorder, that I will know more what I want to do. But one of the things is I love dogs so much. And my Chinese astrology animal, whatever, is the wolf. And I can sort of talk with them, or it's like I treat them like people, like I can really feel, I feel like I can really talk with them. And they really hear me. Like, dogs are always coming up to me, paying attention to me. Now that I have this dog, they don't so much. But when I started seeing that, I realized how much I love dogs, and I would like to have a dog rescue and, like, home for dogs, like dog ranch, someday. I want to tell you the name of it, but I don't want someone else to take the name. So, never mind on that. So that's it. You know, dogs are wonderful. This is the story about Pai Mei. She is my one companion and family member. Someone invites me to a family reunion. Someone invites me somewhere and Pai Mei can't go. Forget about it. I love my dog so much. And even if she wasn't pretty, I would love her. So thanks, Jenna X. Everybody out there, I hope you enjoyed this video. Pai Mei's sort of sitting in the dark now, but I'll try and get a little shot of her and say goodbye. Pai Mei, this video is all about you. Are you just relaxing there? I wish I could get you to make some cooing noises. They're so cute. You have no idea. She makes these little noises. All these little noises in lieu of barking. She's just a wonderful girl. Thank you, Pai Mei, for being you. I love you. All right, we'll talk with you all later. Bye.